Um, so my friends, Erin Weir, a Saskatchewan MP from the city of Regina in Saskatchewan, has been removed from the Socialist New Democrat Party, removed by Jagmeet Singh because of allegations of sexual harassment. Now, the reasoning for this quick removal, according to Jagmeet Singh, is because an independent council looked into everything and found out that there was an accusation. Somebody has a beef with this guy, and we have enough evidence to prove that this is how it is. Now, this wasn't any judge. This wasn't any professional entity. This is just some ramshackle group coming together, probably a bunch of snowflakes, you know how it is, saying that this guy did it, that's it. Now, Jagmeet Singh is saying that the reason he removed him is because he felt that Erin Weir was not taking responsibility for his actions. And the thing that you have to understand is that this guy is saying over and over again that he didn't do anything out of the ordinary. He didn't try to prejudice anybody. He didn't do anything. I mean, and actually, the report did say that when whoever told him to stop, he stopped immediately. And whatever he was doing, whatever, they didn't mention what he was doing. It's all a bunch of secrecy going on. Whatever she or he, I don't know, these days, you never know these days. Whenever that person said stop, Erin Weir stopped. Now, Jagmeet Singh has brought in a new word for the animals on the cuck farm, and that is nonverbal social cues. Now, this is something that really I cannot accept. I cannot accept that. First of all, let me go to the reason why I'm making this video. This is a lesson. This Erin Weir situation. First of all, Erin Weir belongs to a riding which is very close between the NDP and the Conservatives. 2 elections in a row now, the Conservatives have lost that riding by only 1 percentage point. So really, it's a riding that, I mean, you know, the Conservatives can easily just pick it up. But what's strange is that, men, this is not the NDP party of Tommy Douglas. This is not Jack Layton. This is not Ed Broadbent. This is not Woodsworth's party. This is none of those people's party. They are gone and never to return, and they're probably rolling in their grave to see what has happened to that party. It's not for the working people anymore. This party is just one big cuck farm. That's it. They don't even care about working people anymore. They don't even care about them. They support the carbon tax, which is going to be a disaster for jobs. So really, they don't even care about the working people anymore. I mean, they care about taking from the working people and giving it to people who come to this country and probably don't do anything. I mean, you know, that's just how it is now. But if this is how men who have served the New Democrat Party for many years, Erin Weir, get treated, they get some 2-second inquiry, wondering, oh, did this happen? Did he do anything outrageous? Did he do anything outrageous? I mean, they found out that he may have made someone uncomfortable. The woman told him, or the man, I don't know, these days you just don't know, told him to stop. And he stopped. He stopped, and he didn't do anything else. Now, unless he was trying to put his hand down her cleavage, or unless he was trying to put his hand down her pants, or something like that, really, it's very, very, you're not going to get much sympathy with me for firing someone simply for not understanding nonverbal cues. I mean, really, it depends on what those cues were. But if he is trying to defend himself against these accusations, then I think the proper course of action wouldn't be to fire this guy, but to let him defend himself and to give him a fair inquiry, not some so-called independent inquiry which takes a few seconds, a few whatever, and they're basically fishing for information fishing for victims. And right now we don't even have any victims right now, and some so-called victim comes out anonymously and says something, and then he's trying to defend himself. Keep in mind, he stopped when he told him to stop, and he gets fired for defending. He's supposed to just keep quiet. So, men, your vote is not appreciated by the New Democrats. I'm telling you, you're a man. The only man who is an NDP voter is somebody who is somehow forced to do it, or who probably thinks less of himself. A man who thinks highly of himself would not want to support these orange crush, fake, liberal puppets called the NDP. They just won't do it. They just won't. And you got to ask yourself, if you got pride in yourself, look what they've done to Erin Weir. I wouldn't be surprised if he joined the Conservatives. I don't know. He's against the carbon tax, I know that. But the NDP party of Tommy Douglas, the NDP party of Aaron Broadbent, the NDP party of Woods, and by the way, those weren't perfect people either. I'm not trying to say anything good about them. Hell no. I wouldn't vote for Tommy Douglas if you threatened to shoot me. I would shoot me. I don't care. I wouldn't vote for him. But he is more tolerable. At least he stood for the work. He was more tolerable. You can say what you want about people like Bernie Sanders and stuff like that. But at least they stand up for the little guy. Now, they might do it in a way that I certainly don't agree with. I ain't paying 50% tax on all that rub. I ain't going to do that. I'm sorry. That'll just make more people poor and make people who want to get out of poverty not be able to. But at least their principles were honorable. The only thing that today's NDP is interested in is how can they be bigger cucks than they were yesterday and be puppets of the Liberals. They support almost everything the Liberals do in Parliament, with the exception of pipelines and those things. When the Liberals start going to the right, the NDP want to go to the left. But the NDP is the puppet of the Liberals. And that's not just federally, that's provincially as well. So all you men out there who you've seen what's just happened to Erin Weir, this guy really, you can say that he is not smart in knowing social cues. Now, if you're someone like me who's had many experiences with women, most of them very positive, but we all have our times. I can read women. I understand those social cues. I understand them. I know. If a woman doesn't have to even look at me to know that she wants nothing to do with me, and I can respect that. But this guy probably has never been with a girl in his life. I'm just saying. So he probably doesn't know. But as far as I know, that's not illegal. And if he's trying to fight, if he didn't know he did anything wrong, unless he did something that was obviously wrong, but this guy needs to be given the chance. You can't just fire him just because you want to, as you said, the NDP, they want to look like the biggest cucks on the block. And that's why nobody votes for them, not even in Canada. Even Canada has its pride. Even Canada will draw the line. They voted for the Mac Daddy, but even Canada is going to draw the line at some point. Good God Almighty. But anyway, this is just my take on this whole thing. It's unfortunate, I think, what happened to Erin Weir, but I think they should have just told him to resign. Why go half mil on this? Why go half in, half out? Just tell him to resign the whole seat. This is the Arana Nation.